resource partner. Okay. So, man, technology, right? Holy cow. Nothing like being recorded, just put you on the spot. Fair warning, appreciate that one. So in essence, the goal of this team, we're about 22 people, and you could schedule time with Ashby, talk about a business idea, I'm a sweets person, so I want to open a bakery, say, and then I end up having the best chocolate chip cookie in the country, and I end up developing a bakery that ships around the country, around the world. I expand. That's a story of please and thank you. If you haven't heard, they have the best chocolate chip cookie in the country, apparently. Nothing against Quesito Cookie, but got a lot of great cookies in this city. But in theory, you could meet with Ashby about that idea. She could help you find space. She could help you find loans and resources and coaches and mentors. She'd be a coach and mentor for you. And then at some point, as that bakery business expands and you start reaching around the globe, or you maybe start franchising into other cities around the country, you would transition to our industry cluster team, and that person would help you say, hey, you're going to grow a 35-person back office operation. You need to have a bakery over here with 50 people. You need a logistics plan. They start coordinating that. We work on tax incentives all the way through. So our hope is that from our team, we can grow the next Humana, the next Papa John's, the next whomever here, and really create a great corporate community. But the backbone of that is really our small business community. So, for many, many years, our small business team was really separate from our industry cluster team. And I say that as somebody who sat on that team, because the headlines you always read are a new company coming to town or a company growing 500 jobs. And that's really, really wonderful. But they wouldn't be doing that if it weren't for our small and local businesses. And I really believe that in my heart as a native Louisvillian who lives in the Highlands, who grew up in Bon Air. So my story is that our small business team is, in fact, I believe, more important than our industry cluster team. Nothing against the Humanas of the world. They certainly pay a lot of taxes. But if it weren't for our small and local business, none of these companies would want to grow here or relocate here. We would just be like every other town in the country. And so thanks to Quesito Cookie, thanks to the Guild, thanks to Carmichael's, thanks to all these amazing local businesses that make Louisville authentic, we have something that attracts talent, workforce, attracts companies, and helps people to want to grow and stay here, whether it's their company or their family. So I'm very passionate about making sure our small business team has all of the resources that we possibly can give them. Maybe they weren't afforded in the past, which leads us a bit to SizeUp, but a couple initiatives that we're working on. So our small business team used to be 5 people. We divided out by Metro Council District. In the budget cuts that took place some years back, we went from 5 to 1. And as you can imagine, at that point, that person just turned into air traffic control. So you went from having about 6 or 7, maybe 8 districts on average per person to one person having 26 districts, 399 square miles of Jefferson County. Every small business issue, question, comment, concern, complaint came to that person. Now, we're happy to say that this budget year, we have clawed our way back to 4 full-time staff members. So we have 2 positions open. If anybody has any suggestions of who's going to be the next great Ashby, we would gladly hear it. That we're a fun team, and I think the work that we do is really driven by passion and heart for our community. So if you know somebody like that, please send them our way. So with our small business team, we've invested in a number of resources. We're looking at a couple of additional ones. This city has not done a retail strategy, an actual study on retail in more than a decade. And we know retail has changed like enormously, 180, even in the last few years since COVID. So I think it's really important that we understand what a national and local retail game looks like, what metrics are being looked at. So we're looking at piloting one of these studies in a couple portions of our community that really do struggle with attracting national and local retail and sustaining it. And this is more than just a grocery store. I know that's a really hot topic and about half of our community, as it should be. But this is about basic neighborhood services. This is about even just getting a Big Lots. Some of these communities really do need just that kind of level of retail. So that's an initiative we're looking at this year. You may have also heard that the department and the mayor's office are pursuing an economic development strategy through an RFP. If you haven't, this will be a little bit of news. But basically, we have not been back to the table on our industry cluster strategies. So we have 5 main areas we focus on in about a decade. Now, our team has iterated on that. We've done additional research, and certainly as new companies and new opportunities have come online, like EV strategy that didn't exist 10 years ago, right? Suddenly electric vehicles are a thing, thank goodness. But that wasn't part of our plan 10 years ago. We were really supporting Ford and GE in our manufacturing space. Well, electric vehicle parts, manufacturing, batteries are all now part of our plan. So we're bringing in an outside consultant to really tell us which way we're going and which way we should be going based on what we know and what we already have here, what we think we can grow. It will also be looking at the overall economic development structure of our region. And that includes the 15 counties that include Southern Indiana, parts of the collar counties of Jefferson County, and how we can do this more efficiently on all fronts. So that'll be coming out here at the end of the year. We're very excited for that. So SizeUp. This group, well, that's not it, but we can share the screen here in a moment. So this group came to us as a bit of a guinea pig. So I'll give a bit of a precursor warning. This database, this online resource is new to us as well. We're the second or third community in the country to have this. Through building relationships with folks, when they launched this, they said, "Hey, Louisville, do you want to trial this?" We said, "Sure." So there are going to be some bugs. So if you go back home and you go to SizeUp Louisville and you start clicking through and you say, "Hey, this is a problem," or "This doesn't make sense to me," or "This is hard to navigate," please let us know. We want the feedback. I say that, but we also want the feedback on everything we're doing. So if you ever have feedback on our services or our team, give me a shout. We want to be more responsive and helpful to the community. But what you're going to see here is driven by a number of back-end databases. None of this is logged in manually. So there will be some time lag. There will be potentially some errors in that data, which we're helping this group work through. Hopefully not, but we know there are a few there. And then also the navigation of it, just what makes sense and how you might use it. So this is a tool that's out for the community to use. Anybody can log onto this website and put in some information and start navigating through, as Ashby is going to show you. It's also a good resource for existing companies to kind of take a look at, which is where we're going to focus today. But as you talk to folks out in the community that are looking to start a business or grow their business, this is a really great resource for them. And again, as there's feedback, please let us know. We have a list that we're going to be going through as far as just the nomenclature, what words are used, what questions are asked to make sure that there's an equity component here. You may ask a question on this database in a way that you think makes sense to somebody, but it really makes sense more to, slide over here, makes sense to somebody who knows about business already. Well, if you're just starting a new business and maybe you don't have that background, that question might not make sense to you. So we're looking at this from a lens of equity as well. So with that, I'm going to shut up and sit back there because I'm just here to say hi. But if that's true, anything and everything you need from our team, again, we are here as a service to you. We're taxpayer funded, and so we say yes to everybody, anytime, anywhere, and we want to be helpful. Whether it's Ashby and her team or me and the department, whatever we can do to help, we are here for you. So with that, I want to thank Ashby for being here this morning. She is an absolute star on this team. And is a master of this in a way that I can't be. So when they say surround yourself with good people, I surround myself with great people. And so thank you.
Thank you.
And with that, I'm going to let you.
Hold still.
Take
Never knew you two. Same. I tried.
Oh, there we go.
I had to glue the floor to get a picture of you. Thank you.
We're never in the same. We are actually two different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, so on the screen we have the website SizeUp Louisville. Everybody on their table should have a flyer that kind of explains a little bit of what this tool does, and there's also a QR code. If you just want to scan it, it'll take you there directly. Do you need to?
Yeah, I just need to switch share Zoom.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, there we go.
It's got a share screen on here, but I think it's already doing. Oh, there we go.
Is this it?
Yep. Now I'll just move over.
Even shopping, that you're telling us.
Gotta move this over. There we go. Okay, back to this. Okay, so this is the website you can go to that we're going to go over, but it's got 3 different tabs at the top. They're a little small. We have SizeUp Louisville Local Business Intelligence, Small Business Advisor, and then Shop Local. So one of the things that I help small businesses do is they'll call me and they'll say, hey, I want to open up a coffee shop, but I'm just not sure where I want to do that at. I don't know how many employees I should have. I don't know what my hours of operation should look like. Can you help me? Well, this tool does an awesome job of doing all that information for me and making me look really, really intelligent, smart, and knowing all the things. So all I have to do is go to the Small Business Advisor. This is the tool that we'll review today. And you can just, once you click on the tab, we'll scroll down and we are going to click Manage Your Business. So if you're already an existing business, this is what you would do. If you're a startup, you could call me and we could go over the whole thing from start to finish. But we're going to go ahead and say, hey, I'm already in business. I own a coffee shop, so we'll type in coffee here. If you were doing anything else, like if you wanted to open a bakery, you could type in bakery and it'll give you a long list of different industries that you could choose from. And then we're going to type in Louisville, Kentucky and click Get Started. So this screen is going to pull up all kinds of new tabs for us to review that we can go over and kind of dig into. So one of the things that I like to do is go in here and I get a lot of questions about business planning and financial statements. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and click on financial statement and help my small business go over what a financial statement looks like, what it is it consists of, how long it needs to be, when that needs to be done. And SizeUp does a really good job of, it's not loading, but they'll have a video up here. It's like 2 to 3 minutes long and it'll go over that entire section for you of what that means for you as a small business owner. And then it gives different kind of tabs also down here and explains a little bit of what that means. So I'll go back over here. Hopefully it loads. Perfect. Another good thing is if you're already in business and you want to know a little bit about your customers, what they like, when are they coming in and out, those kinds of things, we can go into customer loyalty and it'll go over customer loyalty plans and programs that small businesses tend to use in order to help grow their customer satisfaction rate. So they got all kinds of stuff, ways to say thank you, different studies that have been done to keep people engaged, special dates, referral programs, subscriptions, things like that. So it does a really good job of taking different types of topics that small businesses need to focus on and breaking those down in order for you to connect with your customers, just to keep that going. So I'm so sorry. This is like going back and forth on me. Let's see. Another one, employee retention. You can go ahead and click on that tab and see what that looks like compared to other people. I'm trying to figure out, I got to go back over here. Local business intelligence. Perfect. So if I was a small business and I wanted to know how I compared to the people in my area, so I'll get people who will call me and be like, hey, Ashby, I want to start a bakery, but I want to do it on Bardstown Road. I'd be like, okay, well, there's a lot of places on Bardstown Road. So what we can do is we can type in bakery and it'll tell you in that on Bardstown Road, how many bakeries are in that area, how many employees they have, how much they're making annually, how many, how long their hours are open for, and it'll tell you what you are compared to everybody else around you. So this is a really good tool that I like to use with my startups and existing companies. Because it allows them to look really deeply in their area and determine like, how am I compared to everybody else in my area? So this is a really neat tool. There's a lot of different things you can go into. We'll see if we can go ahead. So if we went into my business, we could type in revenue. I'm just going to type in a random number. Perfect. So I just typed in $500,000, right? So if I'm a tea coffee company in Jefferson County, and I'm projected to make about $500,000 this year, it's going to go ahead and pull up this map and tell me this is the green is my business. That's how I'm doing. Underneath of that is what the city's doing. So Jefferson County, it's going to tell me compared to the state, how much I'm doing, and then nationwide, how I'm doing. And then it's also going to have a little heat map over here to tell us where these areas are and how much they're making over here. Number of employees, we'll just put in 4, see what happens. Perfect. So it looks like in Jefferson County, all the coffee and tea shops right now have an average about 29, 20-ish employees compared to my 4. And this is small businesses, right? So this isn't trying to take you to compare me, my local coffee shop, to a Starbucks, right? This is just in general small businesses. So again, it's going to go ahead and tell me my business compared to those 3 tiers right there, and then give me a heat map. Yeah, I mean, it does a whole kinds of stuff. There's even an option here at the bottom where you can click on social media. So how does my small business compare to other businesses that use social media? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and it'll tell you like, hey, a lot of coffee shops in your area are really doing TikTok. Maybe you should start doing TikTok. Or hey, maybe a lot of people are doing videos on YouTube that shows who you are and what you do and how you connect with your community. And it'll compare your business with all the other businesses. So it's a very intriguing tool. It goes very in depth. You'd really have to sit there and take some time to go through it, but that's what I'm here for. So if you have any questions at all, you could always call me and I could do that research for you. It'll allow me to download it as a PDF form, and I can always email it to you. I get all kinds of questions about this, especially with startup businesses on, hey, where should I put my local business? So does anybody have any specific questions for me at the moment about this tool or what I do?
Initial contact, best way to do it, and understanding this is intended, so forging a relationship with economic development, getting out.
Absolutely. So this is if you go to louisvilleky.gov and go to economic development, we have a small business page, and that's where this lives at. Again, also the papers on everybody's table should have the QR code that you can scan and the website link on there. I put my business cards on everybody's table as well, so you could always call or email me. We could set up an appointment. I have people come in all the time in office, and we'll sit down together and go through all of this and print it out so they can leave with a packet, just so we can do that research together. People have Zoomed me. I've also just, again, had people send me in email questions. Hey, I have this quick question about, what my hours of operation should be like in the Highlands. Do you have any idea of what I am compared to everybody else? I can quickly pull that information and shoot that over to you via email or by phone. Anything else? Perfect. Awesome. Again, I'll be sitting over here. My contact is on the table. And again, I'm Ashby Eggers, and it was so great to meet you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, I know a lot of people that you get involved and it's like, avoid government. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to fix this. Avoid government. But Ashley's been very supportive behind the scenes. She's shown up at many meetings and again, highly individual. And I want to reiterate what Ben said. We're one of 3 that have this database. So you're in the beginning of a phenomenal resource if you'll take the time. And yes, you'll have some challenges. I've tried to play with it, and I have nothing to do with computers, but it did actually, the database and information, you can access that. And if you tried to purchase this, you'll find out there's a bargain to have the access to this. In progressing forward, we have Brian Riggenbach. And again, some new exciting things happening on Bardstown Road. Brian, come up and let's talk about the Bakersfield Tacos, Tequila and Whiskey.
My favorite thing. Can I pull up our website on this really quick? Because I don't know.
It's all her fault. Yeah.
Just to give these a little visual. Hello, everyone online.
Let's make you the host. Oh, wait, I got to go.
Would anyone like some coffee while we're getting the data website?
So I just made, okay.
So there's, this should pull up the website.
Okay, so I just gotta go back to Zoom and share.
Maybe this. Yeah, at least I can.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, click on screen. This is correct. And then click on the tab maybe. See if that doesn't-
Is that it? Yeah, okay.
Cool. Thank you. All right, so I know I'm supposed to be back here, but I'm more of a walk around the room kind of guy. So real quick, I don't want to take all your time here, but I'm excited to talk about our restaurant that's we're currently working on Bardstown Road, called Bakersfield Tacos, Tequila and Whiskey. We're not new to Louisville. We have a sister restaurant right up the street called the Eagle Food and Beer Hall, and we're all part of Thunderdome Restaurant Group based in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I'm the president of the Bakersfield brand. I actually live in Charlotte, so I've been on the road, and we're actually getting equipment delivered today, so it worked out great for me to be here this morning. But you can see in our tagline down here, Bakersfield, we serve up authentic Mexican street fare. We have a selection of over 100 tequilas and American whiskeys. It's a spot where the food is simple, the service is warm, and the atmosphere is alive. It is a fun, upbeat place. The name Bakersfield obviously is a city in California, but we really took it from the Bakersfield sound movement, which was a music movement back in the 40s and 50s, where there was a kind of a move away from the traditional playing of Nashville country and into more what you would consider like outlaw or rock country. So it's a lot of Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard and that style of music on the playlist. And then we built the restaurant really around the music movement. So the food, the street style Mexican, is an ode to the mine workers of Bakersfield, which was the primary way to make a living out there. And that's the style of food that they rolled out to the workers and the Dust Bowl mine workers out there. The whiskey is an ode to those outlaw rockers. So it's all American style bourbons, obviously, hopefully will fit right in here in Louisville. And then you're not going to have Mexican style food without tequila. All of our tequilas are 100% blue agave, and we'll have an excellent selection of those when you come in. But make no mistake, we're a taco and margarita place. We have awesome margaritas. We typically have 4 staple margaritas on our menu, as well as a seasonal. Right now, our seasonal is a lemon mint. It's almost like a mojito style margarita. We have a pineapple margarita that's really good, a mezcal margarita, and then we also have a nice curated cocktail program. I think the thing that I love the most about Bakersfield, I've been with Thunderdome for 10 years. I opened my Bakersfield down in Charlotte about that long ago. We've had a great run everywhere we've been. We've had a great run here in Louisville with the Eagles. We're very excited. We've had Louisville surrounded for a long time, right? We have Indianapolis, Nashville, Cincinnati. So we finally kind of completed that. But one of the things I love the most about Bakersfield is that it really appeals to everybody. Like, we have a very wide demographic. We're family friendly. I mean, we'll be full of families on the weekend and for dinner during the week. And then it can also be a great spot for birthdays. We're going to have 2 private rooms. So you'll be able to have an event for 20 to 30 people in each room. Or if you wanted a bigger event for 50 to 60, we're going to have a giant barn door that slides open and opens the 2 rooms together. We're going in the old Hop Pat location. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, on Bardstown Road, which is an enormous space. So we have a giant bar right in the middle and plenty of seating all the way around. And you know, as I mentioned, how Bakersfield appeals to everybody, there's a different way to use it. Birthday parties, date night, like I said, family events, things like that. We've had a great run everywhere we've been. We are very excited to be here in Louisville, for sure. You can kind of see some of the finishes that we use in the bar there. It's kind of a reclaimed wood. We have this giant mural across the back that's kind of backlit with LEDs. So we always take a piece of every city that we're in. I'm not sure what they're going to do here, but there'll be an element of that in the design of the mural. So, like, for example, when we did North Carolina, there's an old Junior Johnson still built in. There's an old car that he used to run liquor during Prohibition. From Cincinnati, there's the old Moorline Brewery. From Columbus, we have Walker Theater from out in Indianapolis. And there's some elements from Bakersfield, California too. So we'll bring some piece of Louisville in when we do that, but concrete bar top. And then you can kind of see some of the food here. If I can get this to scroll up, but it's all street style tacos, right? So 4-inch white corn tortillas. We have these cool cowboy boots that we use for our PBR drafts every single day. Lots of rustic lighting, big picnic style benches. And it's a from scratch kitchen and it's a from scratch bar. We make all of our sours in house with fresh juices. So we really stand behind the quality, you know, and we look forward to diving in and getting involved with the community. I appreciate you reaching out and getting us invited here. We definitely want to become a bigger part of this as we expand our footprint here in Louisville. And I wish I had a little more stuff to give you. We don't have some of our things ready yet. Like we don't even have a phone number yet, so we've done a lot of marketing pieces. But I do have the gift of free food, which is like my favorite thing to give away. So here's a free app card that all of you can use when you come in. I will send Dale an invite for our for one of our VIP pre-opening nights. So we'll send a couple tables worth so you guys can come however you want or use them as a prize or whatever, but we will definitely want some people in that will dress us out and get us ready and get us prepared. Does anybody have any questions? Has anybody been to a Bakersfield before? This is a catering venue. We do a lot of catering.
What about your hours of operation?
Yeah, so we'll be open, we will grow into our full house operation. We'll be open 4 to 11 Monday through Thursday. And then 11 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday. And then we will, we'll be closed on Mondays to start. So probably 2 months in, we'll be in full hours. We like slow growth. I'll make everybody tune that one for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
And we're so happy that you're taking over that. It's fantastic. I was just curious, are you also going to be saying where's your parking lot for your extra parking?
You know, we haven't figured all of those things out yet. We definitely have some parking on site. It's not enough. There also seems to be, you know, Bardstown is a heavy walk area, so I don't have a for sure answer to that question. Still working out today with the landlord and the city. So I do have a card though, so if you want to reach out to me, I can try to get you an answer as we move forward.
I don't think you mentioned Sunday.
I'm sorry, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Yeah, yeah. Did I get everybody in?
Should we have a tentative open?
Yeah, so right now, yeah, I keep saying these out loud, I feel like it's right. Well, right now we have Tuesday the 5th, right after Labor Day, but it's probably most likely Wednesday the 13th, but we'll be open by the first, second weekend of September.
I know, I'm getting ready to race the face the area.
Any plans for live music?
We don't do live music. Yeah, that's not something that we typically done in the past. We've done a few events here or there, like on Cinco. We've done it in a few restaurants, but typically we don't do live music in our restaurant. Yeah. Good question.
So rooftop bar,
Yeah,
you got
that's not us. We did not take the rooftop, and we did not take the back. We took the main dining area, and then the basement from. It's a great building. I mean, it's one of the things we really liked about it was all the reclaimed wood that they used on the walls. That's what we used when we designed. So it really kind of looked and felt like a Bakersfield since we walked in. And then we added our design elements like the concrete bar and changed up some of the seating, changed the lighting and some other things. So, yeah. Anybody else?
I am a big fan of the Eagle. I've been a patron for quite a long time.
Well, we appreciate that. Sure.
And I think you are opening another Eagle.
We are. We're under construction out of the Oxmoor Mall. We'll be right next to Condado and Topgolf on the backside of that. That should open maybe Thanksgiving, sometime between Halloween and Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're making a heavy investment in this year for sure. We're very excited.
Obviously, we've been successful. And I'm not Danny Thomas. I'm pro business. I
Yep.
just wonder how in the world you're gonna be option. Nobody else has been able to. It's
So
something that's overbuilt.
I think that about every restaurant that we open, right? We did not take the whole building, so we have a smaller organic size restaurant. And my restaurant in Charlotte that I opened 9 years ago was 3 restaurants in 13 months before we took it over and we've been there for 9 years. So I have confidence in our brand. People have responded well and we've been very fortunate and stuff for where we've been. But I have the same feeling you have. But I also have confidence in my brand that we're gonna go there and people are gonna respond to it and we're gonna be, successful for a long time. We don't have a single parking spot at my location in Charlotte. It's all foot traffic and people find their way and they figured it out. That was a huge concern for us when we lived in there as well. There isn't great parking, as you mentioned, over at the Hopcat spot, so we're gonna have to, figure some things out for sure. But we're confident that we're gonna fit in well on one side.
Well, Brian, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it. Not someone else will be represented, so thank you.
You are a welcome new partner of Bardstown Road. Speaking of partnerships, I know a lot of times you think you got the holidays coming, beach wears everywhere. What am I going to do? Well, today we get to find out what Christy Dodds suggests for one to do for Hotworx Highlands. Christy, come on up and tell us how to get in shape.
All right, I'll put this to a little better angle.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm very short. All right, my name's Christy Dodds. I am the owner of Hotworx Highlands along with my husband, and Jillian McCall here is one of my best friends, and she runs the day-to-day operations of it. So we opened our doors March 1st, and we've slowly but surely been, getting our place in order, building our membership, and just kind of figuring out how to run a business. I've been self-employed as a realtor for 10 years, but having an actual storefront with day-to-day operations has been very different, eye-opening experience for me. So just really, we've come a long way in the few months we've been open, and we are working towards a grand opening celebration in early September. So I'll talk a little bit more about that, but really, I just want to give you all an idea of what Hotworx is, because not a lot of people know, and people that know we're there still have a hard time kind of understanding what we are. We've had people come in for hot walk. They thought we were Chinese food. We've had people come in for hot wax. Gentleman came in for a nose wax one day, which we do not offer. So I just want to tell you all what we are, kind of how it came to be. So we are a franchise location. However, I mean, everything about this operation and financing is 100% local. So I do kind of want to stress that. The concept is amazing, and there's no way I could have done it without, a brand behind me. So I kind of got started because my friend and I were really into just all things wellness, and we were planning to open a little boutique studio on Frankfurt Avenue pre-COVID, just with massage, infrared saunas, detox foot baths, all things wellness. Anyways, we purchased the building on February 28th of 2020. And then, of course, like I think March 14th, 2 weeks later, everything shut down, and it was not a great time to open a hands-on brand new business. So we kind of had to pivot, and we fixed the building up, sold it about a year later, which luckily the real estate market was very good to us in that. So all is well that ends well. But in that time, while we were kind of trying to figure out what to do next, I found Hotworx. There was another location, and it became just my favorite thing ever. I had a baby a few months prior. I was not in good shape mentally or physically. So finding this place was critical to my life, and I'm in much better shape again, mentally and physically now. So anyways, as I was, just there as a customer, I would always look around and just think, man, this business has thought of everything. It is, very streamlined. It's very accessible. It's just very conducive to everyone's schedule, everyone's level of fitness or non-fitness, honestly. So Hotworx is a 24-hour infrared fitness studio. What we have is 8 infrared saunas. They are built for 1 to 3 people. They all have flat screen TVs. So we have virtual instructors on a screen that will lead you through one of 11 different workouts. I keep looking here because I planned to have a visual, but with the Zoom meeting, it wasn't quite. Oh, look, somebody did pull the website up. Thank you. Our website's honestly not the best, like most navigable website, but anyways. 11 different workouts. We have yoga, we have Pilates, we have cycle, we have rowing. They are all either 30 minutes or 15 minutes, which was absolutely my favorite part about it. Busy people, working people, people with children. It's really hard to find the time to get an effective workout. So what we have, you're doing it in an infrared sauna at about 125 degrees. It's a dry heat. So it's not that, like, people are always like, I don't understand. How could you work out in a sauna? Well, it's not like steam where you can't breathe. It's dry. It's a totally, you have to experience it really to understand. But you're burning more calories and you're in a shorter amount of time. You're getting all kinds of other benefits as far as, you know, improved circulation. Detox is my favorite. So all of these toxins that we breathe in daily and all the additives and things that are in the food, this really helps kind of reset your body and get you a good sweat, get rid of all that stuff. I'm really proud of what we're doing with firefighters. We're getting ready to kick off a big campaign with them. They're starting to put infrared saunas in firehouses now because of the studies showing, you know, firefighters obviously take in a lot of toxin and are at an increased risk for all kinds of health conditions, most notably cancer. So we have a few firefighters that have joined our studio and love it. So we are partnering with them. Anybody that comes in the month of September as a firefighter is going to be entered to win a free year of membership. So we're really excited about that. We've got people of all ages and fitness levels. So for people that are super into fitness, this is a very effective workout. We've got CrossFitters that come in for their recovery days. We have instructors from Orange Theory, Pure Bar, and 9 Round that are members at our studio. So this is where they come to do their workout. But on the total opposite side of the spectrum, I mean, we have women who are almost 80 years old that come in, and we also do have a good percentage of men. So our marketing, which we don't have a ton of control over, is very heavily geared towards women. That is our target market, but many women have had their spouses join with them. We offer, you know, family package discounts. And then, you know, like I said, all of our firefighters are men. So we've got a good representation there too. So don't feel like if you're male, it's not for you, because it is. But anyways, we've got people that are sent by their physical therapist. We had a Bellarmine basketball player last season who tore his meniscus and came in to do his PT in our saunas. So it's really adaptable to any, you know, fitness goal or just overall wellness goal. There's a lot of mental health benefits, stress relief. It really helps with sleeping well. And check my notes, make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, we've got, you know, a lot of people that recover from their surgeries in there. As I said, we've got a lot of people, not specifically to our location, but overall that I have talked to, that it has been crucial in helping them with their autoimmune disorders, the detox portion of it. So that is what I really wanted to stress, is that it's not just some, you know, it's not a typical gym. While our marketing is geared toward the fitness portion, there are so many other benefits. So I did want to mention the grand opening celebration that is coming up. It's typically Hotworx will celebrate a few months into opening, but that would have been June for us. And we have kids at home for the summer, and we have noticed a lot of our members struggling to keep up with their fitness routine in the summer because everybody's so busy. So we decided to do September 7th. Our councilman generously offered to come and be a part of that and help us promote it, blast it out. We'll do a big ribbon cutting, a bunch of specials that day. And then we've got several small businesses that have already asked us to participate to, you know, we've got massage therapists coming in, Reiki healers. We've got some, Earlers is our neighbor now. What? Oh yeah, M-Sculpt. Anyways, just other people that want to share their business and can kind of work with us to get their name out. So anybody, we're gonna be needing some food and stuff like that. So anybody that wants to be a part of it, please reach out. It should be a big celebration, and we are located at the corner of Bardstown and Trevilian. So, right, everybody recognizes the old Subway, which is now Earler's. So we are there. We share a wall with Jet's Pizza. We have 2 parking lots, which is, what is it?
Yeah, pass through.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Jet's Pizza, right there. Everybody goes past, cuts through that parking lot.
No,
Oh,
open the door.
oh, yeah. No, I know. So our employee, our first and employee that we had, she is a big fan of Jet's Pizza, and we had to ask her not to eat it in the lobby anymore because she did it every single day, and people come in to work out and all they smell is Jet's Pizza. So we're like, we made her a closet that she could go eat in. So yes, but the biggest thing, you know, parking in the Highlands, that was my biggest fear of coming to the Highlands. I lived in the Highlands, I work in the Highlands. I love the Highlands, but parking was my biggest fear. So we actually have 2 lots, and that is not an issue for us. Nobody knows that lot under us belongs to our building as well.
Great.
Yes.
Well, we gotta refer you to your website. We have a drawing to do. We have 4 minutes.
Yeah, so we are also gonna pass out cards. You want to sign up for a free document.
Wonderful, wonderful. And September 7th, I take it we are gonna, that is gonna be your open for business, big day.
It's a big grand opening. We're open
Gotcha.
for business now.
Yes.
It's our big, like, here we are.
And your hours are,
24/7 access.
Okay.
There's a lot of security measures for that. We have other staff hours for your first visit, 11 to 8 through the week. 11 to 4 on Saturdays, Sundays. So everybody's gonna get a card for a free visit.
wonderful. Cannot thank you enough for being here. And I can tell the eyes of this, I mean, one, they're getting a free day. The other thing that and I have to really thank Brian. We have a $50 gift certificate today as a drawing. And again, we'll have Nick come up to shake the can. While he's coming up, one thing is to save the date for Bardstown Road Aglow. It is our 38th year. And I can tell you there's a lot to be planned. Look forward to y'all's participation. Now for the drawing, pay attention, people. Come on up, Nick.
Good morning, everyone. It's always great to welcome new businesses to the Highlands, and appreciate Brian and Christy coming today to tell us a little bit about their new business. Businesses are the kind of the heart and soul of the Highlands, so it's great to keep those storefronts filled and keep the vitality in the Highlands. So without any further ado, I have written down everyone's name that has in attendance today with a corresponding number, and Aaron will draw one out and select the lucky winner.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Ashby Eggers.
Ashby. All right. There can be development over there.
Yeah. And one other bit of information I wanted to speak about regarding new businesses. There was a Bardstown Road Overlay District Committee meeting yesterday. And there are a couple new businesses coming to the Highlands in addition to what we've already talked about. If you all can kind of give you a ballpark of where it is, if you're familiar with the shops at Deer Park, right across the street from that, right at the corner of Bardstown Road and Speed, there are a couple of houses there that kind of sit up. There's a pretty good stairway, so they're probably 10 or 12 feet above the sidewalk. But the owners of those property, those 2 houses, they're short-term rentals. But the owner plans to create 2 retail sports spaces out front, which will be small spots that will be 1 story. And it really looks like a great addition. It'll allow for 2 additional retail spots in the Highlands, a pretty good size investment, about $400,000. So it's a pretty big commitment on the property owner's part. And the spaces or the new addition has not been full. They have to, as many of you know, that any property owner who wants to improve or add to their property, they have to seek a permit from the Bardstown Road Overlay Committee. So they have submitted their request. Has not been fully approved yet. There's just a couple little fine points that have to be ironed out, like types of materials that are used and some signage issues. So anyway, that should be forthcoming. So anyway, appreciate everyone coming and have a great day.
You just want to leave these on the table and elect them, and we're gonna draw for 3 months, we'll contact with them.
All right, fill out the cards on the table for the drawing. Don't leave home without depositing that. And we do have just a very short time period. Are there any shameless, more shameless than we've already had, promotions of any special event coming up? John?
So St. Patrick's Parade, we think is the best one in Louisville and probably 200 miles around. We're working with tourism next week to try to make it part of a regional event and attraction for all people of Louisville and also importantly to the Highlands. We're doing our best to keep the parade here, so kind of like the Budweiser parade from 4th Street. But we have good friends like Flanagan, who have shot out there. But if we're looking for people who want to grow their business, we donates from 100,000 people on parade day and all year long on thousands and parade social media.
Yes.
We are happy to find new friends.
Well, and the guild has, we talked earlier with John, and we're going to work with them in helping them get a new sponsor as well. We will we will have a meeting and see if we can get that done. Yes, sir, John. We have many Johns today.
Next Tuesday, August 1st is our National Night Out, nationwide outing. Anyone who wants to come is absolutely free. We hold it at Peterson Juvenile House, which is, I'm gonna leave this on David, 301 South Peterson Avenue. Come out and eat pop, bring out free food, full entertainment, family friendly, bounty, giveaway, and a giveaway, but come on out, it's absolutely free. It's fun. It only lasts 5 to 8. You can get off work, come on out, spend some time with us. Get to know us, we get to know you too. I'll leave this on the table. National Night Out, August 1st, next week.
And on that, there is a drawing there, and the Highlands Commerce Guild, along with Park Community, is a bike. We provide a bike for the drawing, and we will be present as well. So if you want to get your cup full of excitement, presents, fun, and personalities, come on down on Tuesday. Yes.
Since you're all here, St. James Campus Church up here, Bardstown Road, we are having a beer garden Friday night from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. And we have a fistful of taco trucks, and we'll be serving beer from Mile Wine Brewery. And then we have a musician from Jason, right? So he's from Trinity High School. He's wonderful. So anyhow, come on back. We'd love to have you all. So that'll be a fun thing to attend right here in the neighborhood. And it's behind the break. There's a yard there, and you'll play. You know, it's not big stuff.
No problem there. Any other promotions? Did not hear some retail business coming up with some ideas as they sit down. Well, please stick around, network a little bit. Casito products and coffee still available. Cannot thank you all enough and look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you again.